This is Tammy Baskey, and you are listening to Life Coach Life, the podcast, episode number 1. Well, hello. Yes, you heard that correctly. I have a podcast that I'm offering to all my beautiful clients and to anyone who could benefit from some tips on how to deal with your mind and your thoughts. Because I believe your mind matters so much in how you play in this game of life. Okay, I'm going to start with a good one today. Anger. Even the word has the ger sound in it. I bet when you just think of something that makes you angry, something very specific happens to your body, your behavior, your thoughts, sensations, that if you pay close attention to, you will become aware of. When I just said the word and spoke it out loud, my hands clenched a little bit. My face grimaced. The back of my neck got tight. My shoulders, I realized, were kind of up by my ears. So these are my sensations. Notice what yours are. And know that anger, of course, is a basic human emotion. It's an emotion that can drive us to take action or respond in an emergency, but it rarely arises out of the blue and for no reason. There has to be some type of event or trigger that causes this emotion to pop up. People will often talk about their anger triggers. There are certain things in life that can just drive us through the roof. But what many people overlook when they become angry is why that particular situation gets them so upset. Triggers like this happen when someone hits a sensitive area in our life. Someone says something that hurts us emotionally, and what we really feel is sadness or hurt. When your body and mind feels this emotional pain, it immediately wants to find some sort of relief. So anger jumps in to save the day, to take over. The intensity of your anger is always stronger than your feelings of sadness. Anger actually rescues the victim side of us. All of this can happen so quickly that you don't even recognize why you're angry. You just know that that person did or said something that hit a nerve. If you take some time, take a pause, slow down, and be honest with yourself, you might realize that you felt hurt before you felt angry. So now, here's a higher level thought to consider, and I'm always going to offer you a higher level thought in these podcasts. That emotion, that anger, is completely yours. You can be mad all day at that person that cut you off in traffic. You can tell the story over and over and over again. And guess what? They're not going to feel any of it because it's yours. That's the good news and the bad news. So here is my higher level thought, and it's a stretch. Catch yourself. Maybe not in that immediate moment, but catch yourself and try to feel the opposite. Try to feel love for that extremely irritating person that crossed your path and made you angry. I know a lot of us feel as if we're justified in our anger when an injustice happens, and I realize how ridiculous this suggestion may sound to you. But when you choose anger, you're really choosing misery for yourself. When you choose to be and stay angry about something that already happened, that you cannot change, it happened. Think of the last thing, event, or person that made you angry. What's the main thought in your brain, in your mind, that's driving the anger and causing you pain? I want you to see that. I want you to go back in your mind, be in that experience, and see the thought. And recognize that there's a loop that you're creating in your mind. Recognize that your brain is seeing this as absolutely necessary to keep that anger alive. When you're angry, it feels very useful. Most of the time, initially, it feels super useful, but it can easily ramp up and cause you to behave or react in a violent or inappropriate way in person, on social media, on the phone. It has you in this how dare they kind of way. How dare they? This is an injustice. The value in anger in that moment is covering up our hurt and our sadness. So just recognize that it is protecting you. In order to experience long-term relief from anger, you may need to address past hurts in your life. Now, you can do this with a therapist, and I highly recommend that you do. You can also explore this with both a therapist and a life coach like me. I will always recommend both. Therapists kind of take you back, coaches take the baton and move you forward. But if that's not practical for you, start with just one person that you believe can help you and that you trust. The experience of working with a professional can have some of the most profound ripple effects in your life. The investment of time and money well pays for itself in your healing and the ability to live your life more peacefully and more authentically and in balance. If you would like to coach together or take one of my current 3-month programs, one of my fabulous 3-month programs, I currently have one called I Should Be Happy, Damn It, or I do have a self-discovery for midlife and beyond. I want you to send me a message at tbasquet@gmail.com. I hope you enjoyed this short introduction to my new podcast. I can't wait to hear from you. And until next time, this is Tammy Basquet reminding you that your mind always matters.